So, good morning, students. Once again, I'm here with the continuation of the chapter, The Child, written by Munshi Premchand. So, as I already told you, that when writer told Gangu not to marry Gomti, he did not follow his instructions. Now, this was something which he did not like at all, and he was waiting that one day he would get the news from Gangu that Gomti has left him. As he expected, he once he met Gangu in the market, and when he came to know that Gomti has left his place, writer, or I would say the narrator here, he was impatient to hear about it because that was one of the satisfaction which he had in his mind. He was keeping that in mind that, as I already told you, this was expected from her, but still, in order to know more about it, he had the inquisitiveness also. So he met Gangu and he said, that Gangu, what is the point? I told you that you should not marry Gomti, but you did not listen to me. He looked completely shattered when I met that afternoon. Seeing me, he started to cry and said, Babuji, Gomti has left me. I replied with feigned sympathy. I told you in the beginning to keep away from her, but you did not listen. Has she taken away your belongings also? Gangu put his hands on his heart as if I had blasphemed and said, Don't say that, Babuji. She hasn't taken a thing. Her own stuff is still lying here. I don't know what shortcoming she found in me that she decided to leave. I'm sure I wasn't good enough for her. She was educated and I'm an absolute illiterate. If I could have stayed on with her a little longer, she would have made me a man out of me. Whatever she might have been for other men, for me, she was definitely a goddess. I must have been at fault somewhere that she decided to leave. So, before I move on, I just want to focus on one biggest quality of Gangu, that he was deeply in love with that woman. And though she left him, but he was not blaming her for this act, rather he was holding himself responsible for such thing. He said she was an educated woman, I was not a good match for her, and that is why she just left me. Maybe I was waiting. If she would have stayed with me for some time, I could have been a better person. So here, the narrator wants to tell us that how much love he had for that widow woman. And one important thing he said is that actually it is not the person who is wrong or right, it is the way you look at him or her. Because other people in society, they were absolutely blaming Gomti. They they put a stigma on her that she was a bad and she was a corrupted woman. But Gangu said that it is, for other persons she may be like that, but for me she was simply like a goddess. Now, these words still disappointed the narrator's mind because, and he says, I was most disappointed at Gangu's words. I had been certain that he would tell me a tale of faithlessness on the part of Gomti and that I have to show sympathy towards him. But it seemed that this fool still had his eyes closed, or perhaps he had lost his sense of perception. I said, half in jest, So, she hasn't taken away anything from the house? No, not even a penny's worth. And she loved you very much. What more can I say, Babuji? I shall not forget her till I die. And yet she decided to leave you. That is what surprises me. Have you ever heard of the old saying, Frailty, thy name is woman? Oh, don't say that, Babuji. I would never for a moment believe that in respect of her. Then go and find her out if you are still so attached to her. Yes, master, I won't get any respite till I have found her. If only I knew where I have to look for her, I'm certain that she will come back to me. I must go and search for her. I'll see you when I come back if I'm still alive. And saying this, he went away. Gangu was so convinced in his belief, in his thought, that he promised the narrator that, Sir, don't worry, I will keep on searching her till I live in this world. Till my last breath, I would search her, and definitely I would come back with the good news to you. After this incident, now the time passes on, and the narrator, he goes to Nainital, and he returns after nearly a month. And as he came back, and he had barely taken off his clothes when he saw Gangu standing with a newborn baby. He was bursting with joy. Even Nanda could not have felt such joy at getting Krishna. His face had the same glow that appears on the face of a starved man after a full meal. I asked him again in jest, Have you had any news of Gomti Devi? I believe you went in search of her, Gangu said, beaming with joy. I have found her at last, Babuji. She was in the women's hospital in Lucknow. She had told a friend here that if I was very upset, I should be informed about her. As soon as I heard it, I went to Lucknow and brought her back. I've also got this child in the bargain. He showed me the child almost with the pride of an athlete, showing off a newly won medal. I was surprised at his shamelessness. He had not been married to Gomti for more than 6 months, and yet he was displaying the child with great pride. I said tauntingly, Oh, so you have got a boy also. That is perhaps why she ran away. Are you sure this is your child? Why? Mine, Babuji, it is God's. It was born in Lucknow, wasn't it? Yes, Babuji, it was a month old only yesterday. How long have you been married? This is the seventh month. So this child was born within 6 months of your marriage? Yes, said Gangu, undisturbed. And still you consider it your child? Yes, sir. Are you in your senses? I said. I was not quite certain whether he did not understand what I was trying to tell him, to hint at, or whether he was intentionally misunderstanding me. So this was the point where both of the people, that is narrator, was trying to convince him, and Gangu, despite knowing everything, was not taking he was not giving ear to what narrator was trying to convince. She had a very difficult time, said Gangu in the same tone. It is almost a new life for her, Babuji. For full 3 days and 3 nights, she was in pain. Oh, it was unbearable. This was the point for me to interrupt, and I said, This is the first time I have heard of a child being born within 6 months of marriage. This question surprised Gangu. He said with an impish smile, This has never bothered me. This was the reason, perhaps, why Gomti had left the house. I told her that if she did not love me, she would leave me by all means, and I would never bother her again. But if she did love me, she must not let the child separate us. I would love it as my own. After all, when one takes a harvested field, one does not refuse the crop merely because someone else has sown it. He gave a hearty laugh. Now, the last few lines are eye opening not only for the narrator but also it tells us that how we people, we just live in our short sightedness. We have a very narrow approach towards life. To have a broader outlook in life does not need to be an literate person or to be an educated person as well. It is only our approach which makes us literate or educated, and this was proved by the end of the story. I was almost touched by Gangu's sentiments and felt an utter fool. I extended my hands, took the child from Gangu, and kissed it. Gangu said, Babuji, you are the embodiment of goodness. I often talk to Gomti about you and have many times asked her to come and pay her respects to you. But she is so bashful. I, the embodiment of the goodness? My middle class morality stood ashamed at Gangu's courage and sincerity. You are the embodiment of goodness, I said, and this child adds charm to it. Let me come with you and meet Gomti, and we both went to Gangu's house. The story ends with a note of self realization from narrator's side. He finds his age old middle class morality just being removed by the progressive and by the good moral values of Gangu. And he feels ashamed of himself, and he thought that it is not he who is the embodiment of goodness, but the embodiment of goodness was Gangu itself. So here we come to an end to the story The Child, and we come to know about lot many things. We know about Gangu's character. We know about the middle class morality of the narrator. We know about, though, one character which was not introduced but it was very much in background, and that character was Gomti. And in the end, the child, which has an implication, which also gives us, and I would only like to underline one sentence, one description which the narrator makes about the child is that the child gave same pleasure to Nand Baba when he holded Lord Krishna for the first time in his hand. So, same feeling of satisfaction, same love was shown in the eyes of, reflected in the eyes of Gangu, and he was very happy. And he said, I knew everything, I knew all the uh, aftermaths of what I have done, but still I love Gomti very much, and I am ready to accept Gomti as she is, and moreover, this child was an additional gift to her. So this, by this we come to an end of a chapter, The Child, and later on in my next lecture we shall be taking some questions, university questions we shall discuss upon, and thank you so much for giving me kind hearing. Thank you.